What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Wednesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have 10 games on the main slate for tonight. We also have 2 games in the after hours wave, the 9 o'clock Eastern and 10 o'clock game. Both FanDuel and DraftKings left those 2 late games off of the main slate, making 8 o'clock the latest game, which is always great. I love when they do that. This is our last slate before MLB, where I'm really going to be pumping out content starting tomorrow. We have just 2 NBA games on Thursday. Not a coincidence they did that on MLB opening day, but 5 plays in this video, 1 for each position. I just dropped my MLB opening day video with a big free Guru credit code. You'll see the picture and link of that video after this video. It will pop up on the screen, but give that a look if you haven't yet. Gonna give you guys 5 plays as usual. We have a lot of questionable guys. I was just about to start this video, and then we got SGA ruled out for the Thunder, so I'm glad I waited a little bit longer. So we'll have some extra value in OKC. We'll talk about questionable guys that could open up some value, and then guys who are already ruled out that already open up value. So hopefully we get a majority of the news before lock. Having all of the games start no longer than an hour after lock gives us a nice chance to, get all the information we need, which is always nice. Coming off of a nice GBP night last night, but that was it. Let's have a better overall night tonight. That after hours slate will be on my Dub Club, just another platform I post non-main slates. You can sign up with the link below for just $1. So going into my first play, I do like Scoot Henderson. Now there's a lot hanging in the balance in this game. It's a 10.5 point spread right now in Atlanta. I don't really buy that number. I know the Blazers are bad, but the Hawks are just not good without Trae Young. And we have a questionable DeJounte Murray. That is huge. Maybe the biggest news on this slate. The Hawks already look great in this matchup against the Blazers. They would obviously look unbelievable if DeJounte Murray was out. We also have DeAndre Ayton questionable. That's a big one too, because if he's in, he looks like a great play at center at 8,200. And then if he's out, Duop Reith is going to look like another good value play at sub 5K. So we have that game at 7:30 Eastern. Hopefully, I'm thinking we do get that news before lock, but I do like Scoot Henderson at 6,400. We already know Anthony Simons is ruled out in this one, and Jeremy Grant is doubtful again. He's going to start. His minutes limit, he's been on some sort of restriction all year, but it's gone. He's playing as many minutes as possible. 35 and 34 in the last 2 competitive games. It wasn't competitive against the Rockets, only played 24 minutes. And the shocking thing here, I guess it's not that shocking due to past results, or recent results, I should say. Delano Banton is now more expensive than Scoot Henderson. Who would have thought that? He's been coming off the bench and smashing 54 last game. We were all over him. I think it was 5,700. He's been chalk. At high 5,000 salary. At 6,600, it's going to make it difficult to get to him. Scoot Henderson is going to project a lot better than Banton, just because Henderson's going to be starting. No Grant, no Simons, and it's just a great matchup in Atlanta. And if we get a scenario where DeAndre Ayton is in and DeJounte Murray is out, this spread could flip on its head. We could get down to like a 5-point spread maybe. So I don't really buy the blowout risk in this game too much right now. I like I like Scoot Henderson without Simons. He is projected for 33 fantasy points tonight. He needs 32 to hit value. Other than last game's stinker, he was going through a 3 straight game value. So he looks good tonight. I like him at point guard. Shooting guard, we're going to go to the backup on the Thunder with no SGA. Now, you could look at Josh Giddey coming off of a great game last night with no Shea in tonight's lineup. Don't mind that. But for value, we don't have a ton of cheap value as of right now. Again, things could always change. I like Cason Wallace. He's been playing some decent minutes off the bench as the backup guard. Low 20s in most of his recent games. And he should barring any, weird stuff happening, he should start at point guard tonight, and he would look like one of the best overall value plays on tonight's slate if that was the case. Again, all of these Thunder guys get a boost without SGA. Josh Giddey looks good. Does Lou Dort ever look good? The answer to that is no. But Jalen Williams looks good. Chet Holmgren looks good. The ceilings of these players rise when you take a guy like SGA off of the court. But out of all of them, I do think Cason Wallace is the guy that we're going to want to get to because he's the usual non-starter who has a good chance of starting tonight. Small forward, now, he already looks like a good play, and then he'd be an automatic play if DeJounte Murray's out. That's Bogdanovich of the Bogdan variety. Needs 33 fantasy points to hit value. He's projected for 33. He's been just on and off. I don't know. He projects really well tonight against the Blazers. So either way, he looks like a good play. If DeJounte Murray's in, he's not like a must play. He's a guy that you want to look at if you're in the mid 6,000s in salary and you need a guy, Bogdanovich, a guy you want to look at. If DeJounte Murray is out, he's going to be like a first guy in for all your lineups because he's just going to see a ton of usage. It's nice to see that he played 39 minutes against the Celtics. We know that he's capable of mid to high 30s. He just has a lot of games, not a lot, but a handful of games that he comes out slow and doesn't play well, and he only plays 25 to 29 minutes. So hopefully he can come out well in this game with a great matchup against the Blazers. Again, don't need him if DeJounte Murray's in. You need him if DeJounte Murray's out. Power forward, this could change. Again, we have a lot of... I haven't even talked about the questionable guys. I always forget to do it, but we'll go through that real quick right now. We got Kuminga in that first game, questionable, as well as Trace Jackson-Davis for the Warriors, who missed last game. It doesn't mean a ton. We'll have to see if Kuminga's out. Maybe it does. Cam Thomas, questionable. This Nets and Wizards game, one of the better games on tonight's slate to pick from. Cam Thomas really fucked me last game, being ruled out 30 minutes before the game with no injury designation. So we'll have to see what happens there. Cam Thomas would be a very, very strong play against the Wizards if he does play because we still have no Cameron Johnson. So keep an eye out on Cam Thomas. That Nets and Wizards game is a really good game tonight. For other injury guys, I talked about DeAndre Ayton and DeJounte Murray, maybe the two most important Q tags right now on this slate. That Blazers and Hawks game, as I just talked about, really good game. Kelly Oubre for the 76ers is questionable. We got a fully non-injury report for the Knicks and Raptors. Aaron Nesmith questionable for the Pacers against the Bulls alongside TJ McConnell. Alex Caruso questionable for the Bulls. And then we have an absolute nightmare for Detroit at Minnesota. It's already a 15.5 point spread. I don't know how to take in this game. We have Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. We have the two best players on each team questionable. Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey questionable for the Pistons, and then Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert questionable for the Timberwolves. Now, Anthony Edwards has been questionable for the past week, and he's played every game. So that's not really a questionable tag that holds a lot of weight. Rudy Gobert also has played the last two games for 37 minutes apiece. So the Timberwolves not as questionable. We'll have to see what happens with Cade Cunningham and Ivy. Although Timberwolves still might elect to sit one of those guys because they are playing the Pistons. Nothing to wait on for the Rockets and Thunder. We got our SGA ruled out. No questionable guys there. And then we got a questionable Anthony Davis, who's always questionable, probably going to play tonight, and LeBron James is going to play tonight after missing last night. For power forward, though, let's go to Josh Hart, been a consistent guy. I like him under 8K here. He's gotten triple-doubles in 3 out of his last, 7 games. He's been an absolute animal. I don't know what drugs he was on in Denver. The altitude must have just screwed him because he got 6 fantasy points in 35 minutes. If we can just, close our eyes on that game, he's been really good. I mean, over the past couple of weeks, 52, 61, 63. He's projected for 40 fantasy points tonight. He needs 38 to hit value. He looks good. Good matchup at Toronto. He's been doing a ton for this Knicks team while they continue to run through injuries to Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and OG Anunoby. For center, I do think the best center value play on tonight's slate is whoever starts for the Blazers, whether that's DeAndre Ayton or Duop Reith. Considering we don't know that news right now, I do like Nick Claxton as well as a one-off. 7,200 in Washington. Love picking on the Wizards. Claxton's been playing decent minutes as of late. If he plays 30 to 35 minutes, he's going to have a really good chance at getting 36 fantasy points to hit value. I think he could absolutely destroy Richaun Holmes tonight. And we all know he has a huge upside, running into rebounds and blocks and such. He looks like a pretty comfortable play. He's not like a must play, but definitely a guy in this range that stands out at 7,200. Again, keep an eye out on what the Blazers do at the 5 tonight. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Give it a like, subscribe, and give my MLB video a look with free Guru credits. I'll have that pop up right now. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.